Are you ready? Because he's ready. It's Master Jeff! Martial arts expert, instructor extraordinaire, and general clown. He's not afraid of coronavirus. He's not afraid of the bad guys. Master Jeff is not afraid of anything.
What's up, ladies? Good to see you. As usual, my typical warriors, Zoe and Febe, are here and on the case. Hopefully we will see Juby here in a few minutes. Edward, unfortunately, is not going to be here at all, or maybe for a while if we're lucky, if his mom somehow lets him. Eat means to chunk something. Yes, exactly. So, ladies, I fixed up our list over here. I've got part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, and part 5. We're going to start today with part 2, or we're going to end up with part 2. But I'd like to go ahead and start at part 5. Again, we'll do 5, then we'll do 4 and 5, then we'll do 3, 4, 5, then we'll do our new section, part 2, 3, 4, and 5. So let's start with 5, and I'm going to stand in front of you as if we were lined up in class. So you should have your back to me, looking over your shoulder at me at first. So we've just completed part 4, which, if I'm not mistaken, ends here. Am I right? Or is it here? Let's look at how 5 starts. I think it's the wide one. I'm going to go on record as saying it's the wide one, like this. It means a chunk. Part 1's a little cut off. Part 1 is 3 plus 1. How's that? Is that better for being cut off? And let me try this too. Properties. We'll do this, and we'll do this. How's that? Is that better for the little list of excuse me, moves? Let's see where we start from. I'm going to say it's the wide stance, the semi-front stance, but maybe it's the cat stance. I might be wrong. Let's see. No, it's the cat stance. That's the way we start part 5. Sorry. All right. So we're going to start with the cat stance then. You turn your back to me. Go on, turn around, look over your shoulder at me. We're at the cat stance like this. And here we go. Guard, around, kick, throw, kaboom. Here's the 2 tigers. Kick, down, and boom. Then 2 little girl push big boulders. 1, 2. Then the eye of the needle, threading the needle, whatever. Little cat stance. And then praying mantis. Then we turn, spiral this through. Outside block. Strike. Sunshine. Dip water. Take a bath. Tabletop. All right. Part 4 does start with the wide stance. So part 4, let's see here. We're going to have 2 tenshis, 2 tenshis, then stick and knuckles, then stick and crane. Then we'll go to part 5. So here we go, part 4. Now you're facing toward me because I'm standing in front of you in line. So we're right here. Here we go. Step through heaven and earth. Step through heaven and earth. Step 45 degrees. Stick block with the left hand on top. Then knuckles. Then don't adjust your feet. Twist. 45-degree stick block. Then up. Knee follows elbow. There's where we started before. Then tiger, tiger. And we step forward, little girl push big boulder. Little girl push big boulder. Eye of the needle. Praying mantis. And then block, strike. Sunshine. Dip up some water. Take a bath. Tabletop. Boom. Done. And part 3 is pretty darn easy. Just waves and clouds, which will leave us in the big wide stance for part 4, which will leave us in the cat stance crane for part 5. So now it's time for part 3, waves and clouds. So we're starting right here. Remember, you're in the same position because I'm standing in front of you in line, right? So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and crane. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and crane. So we pull back, Tai Chi, Tai Chi, step with the right, stick block left, knuckles, turn without adjusting, stick block 45, cheat up, and crane cat stance. Let's do whale. No. Tiger. Tiger. Little girl push big boulder. Chamber. Little girl push big boulder. Chamber. Cheat step. Left stays in front. Eye of the needle. Praying mantis. Turn and adjust. Block. Strike. Sunshine. Dip water. Up. Take a bath. And tabletop. Just like that. So everybody cool so far? Because today it's time for part 2. We will have left off on our cobra and lute, so we're going to be in a triangle stance. Then part 2, we're going to go backwards for 3 cat kokus. Then off to the right, palm escape crane. Off to the left, palm escape crane, which will lead us to waves and clouds. So let's start off right here at our triangle stance, the cobra lute, strumming the lute thing where we left off, and then we'll go to the backwards kokyu nagas. So after strumming the lute, we end up here. So your legs are making a triangle like this. Can you see it? My legs are making a triangle. See the triangle from the knee to the feet? That's the way we are, like this. So I'm going to way over here. There's my triangle. Step back. Cat stance, kokunage. Cat stance, kokunage. Remember, these are 3s. Back. Cat stance, kokunage. Then we step back. Double palm strike. Step back, wrist escape. Step back, crane stance. Twist around. Double palm strike. Pull back, wrist escape. Pull back, crane, or praying mantis or whatever. Here comes the waves and clouds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a great big old crane. Clouds, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a big old crane. Scooch back, step forward, Tai Chi, heaven and earth. Another one, heaven and earth. Step forward 45 degrees, left hand on top, stick block, cat stance. Keep going forward with the right, 2 knuckles. Don't adjust your feet, just turn and you should already be chambered. Stick block 45 degrees, scooch up, elbow follows the knee, and crane. Guard, big circle, dawn of the tiger. Block, big circle, dawn of the tiger. Step forward, little girl push big boulder. Chamber, step forward, little girl push big boulder. Cheat step, thread that needle up into a praying mantis. Then we turn and you do adjust your stance. Block, strike, sunshine, scoop up water, take a bath. There we go. So I wonder if I can pull off, I don't know if I should even try it. Pulling off mirror image. So I'll be going the same way. Just using the other side because you guys will be in a mirror. Okay, I'm going to try this, see what happens. Mirror image. So let's start with the triangle stance. So your left is on top, so my right's on top like this. Let's step back, cat stance kokyu. Step back, cat stance kokyu. Step back, cat stance kokyu. Step back again, double palm, chamber, double wrist escape, chamber, praying mantis crane. Then just twist your feet, you're already chambered, double palm. Back, wrist escape, back, praying mantis / crane. Now we go to our clouds. Start on the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going back and forth. 5, 6, and a big old crane stance. Then and starts on the right, and then you start your count on the left. 1, 2, twist only, don't sway. 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you segue into ocean waves where you do sway. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a big old crane like this. Now we scooch back, come up, step forward, whoops, heaven and earth, heaven and earth. Step your right foot forward, left on top, stick block, keep your right going forward, double knuckles. Don't adjust your stance. Turn, right hand on top, spear hand, scooch up, crane. Guard, here comes the tiger. Another one. Now I'm going to scooch back a little bit. And step forward, little girl, push big boulder. Remember, this is mirror image. Little girl, push big boulder. Sheet step, left foot in front. Needle, keep your left foot moving forward for the praying mantis. Then you turn and you do adjust your feet. Block, strike. And left foot in. Sunshine, scoop up water. Take a bath. Tabletop, done. So how'd you guys do with the mirror image? I see why it's called 24-point animal form. Crane is like this. W, mantis, C, what? Mantis, C. We should get our nomenclature straight, shouldn't we? I don't remember which is which or if they even used the praying mantis. I think they did when I learned this. But let's call the hands like this. That's going to be crane because it looks like a crane, right? He's got his wings wide open like this, and they're out to the sides. If we're straight ahead, a crane's not really going to do that. So we'll call this skinny mantis. We'll call this angry mantis, right? Or maybe this is eating mantis. When praying mantis, you know, they use those big claws like that, right? So you get the mantis here, and you got the 90-degree mantis when he's like angry because his hands are apart like this. Not like the crane, but 90 degrees, like he's just ready to start fighting, right? And then you've got this, peaceful mantis or the eating mantis. I don't get it. Oh, well, you might not get, hopefully you're talking to Febe and not me. Okay, let's do this again, and we're going to kind of pour over the details. So we just finished strumming the lute. So we end up, I'm staying mirror image. So we've got our triangle stance like this, left foot forward, left hand on top. And when you step back, you balance for a minute, then you're going to do like a single knee bend to go down to a cat stance, crane. Your foot should be pointing straight to the side. Same thing here, you back up, single knee bend, right? And then you do a third one, single knee bend, right? So now my right's in front. Then I scoot back, so my left's in front. Now right here, these things, these palm strikes are over like this. The reason is you're going for right here, you're almost hitting the kidneys from the front. Right, if you feel where your hip bones are, and you come up about 3 or 4 fingers, and then in just a little bit, that's where you're hitting, right below the solar plexus. So you're coming in and you're hitting them. What's somebody going to do if you hit them right there? Oh, and they're going to grab your wrists, right? So boom, you pull back, you turn over, and you do that double wrist escape. Just like in class, when somebody grabs your wrist, you come up and over like that, right? It's the same thing. Double palm, they've grabbed your wrists, you escape. After you've escaped, you come back over and you do these praying mantis, crane beaks, right on those soft spots. So you got this collarbone right here, then you got these trap muscles right here. Right in between, it's kind of a pressure point right in there. So we're attacking both of those. So here we go. I'm still mirror image to you. So your left foot's forward, even though my right foot's forward because we're mirror. So I'm doing double palm strike, turned over like this, turned over like this. Double palm. He's grabbed our wrists. So we come back and we escape. Now that we've escaped, we come back again, loop over the top with 2 crane beaks. Whoop-ah, praying mantis. We just stabbed him. And then we just twist our feet, double palm, turned over, double palm. We come back because he's grabbed our wrists, and we escape. Then we come back again over the top with these beaks / praying mantis, the eating mantis, ching, 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 like that. Now, with the ocean waves, I feel like I've explained this before, but better too much explanation than not enough. So my hand right here, somebody's grabbed the wrist, and I'm coming over like this. Now in class, we learned that you can get away. This is a parallel grab if you grab yourself. You can get away by pulling right through the opening, right? In this case, you don't want to do that. You want to use their grip, so we're turning over and pushing into their wrist in the palm of the hand, right? Here's the bad guy. Here's the good guy, right? Good guy, bad guy. Bad guy grabs. I turn over and I push into the palm of his hand. So instead of escaping, I'm pulling him like that. You see? Over, pull him like that. You guys can remember that in class. Somebody grabs you, maybe you want to just whoosh, get away, but maybe you want to turn over, push into the palm of his hand. When they go to follow you, you catch his neck, boom, and chunk him right down. There's all kind of stuff you can do. So with these waves and clouds, we start to the left, so somebody's grabbed us. We turn over, push into the palm of his hand. When he starts to fall, we catch his neck. So your hand should look like this. Here's the neck hand, here's the palm hand that you're using to push him. So palm, catch his neck. So the hand position is very important. Now the bad guy is grabbing this hand. I turn over, push into his palm, and I catch his neck. See the two hand shapes, right? Palm, neck. Palm, neck. Palm, neck. Palm, neck. Palm, neck. Palm, neck, etc. Then for the clouds, this can be several things. It can be an elbow strike like this. It can also be, you know what? I had this as a, one time I explained it. You could keep going for a Sankyo, or maybe it's a Sankyo reversal. Yeah, the Sankyo reversal. So somebody's taking me trying to do Sankyo, but I'm turning them over and taking them down like that. We'll do that when you guys are in class. That's kind of hard to explain with just one person. Regardless, though, we just did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 crane. We start off on the end. There's actually 7 of these, but it's easier to remember just 6, 6, and 6. So we start off on the and. So you're here. So to get to chamber, you come here and then 1. And keep those cloud hands like you have a big cloud in your hands. 2, 3, and I'm just twisting. 4, 5, 6 turns into a chamber, so we can transform into palm and neck. Palm and neck. Palm and neck. Palm and neck, like that, until finally we get to here. Now we're backing off, coming up, heaven and earth. This can either be 2 blocks, can also be the start of a throw. Somebody's got both hands. I loop this over and loop this over this way and push down on the inside of his wrist. With this one, I come up. Once you get them there, then it's very easy to take them down like this. Pow. It's called a tenshi nage. In this form, I think it's just two simultaneous blocks. But it looks kind of like you're painting. If you look at this hand, I'm painting. If you look at this hand, I'm also painting. So your hands paint in, and then your hands paint out. In, out, like this. Both times. Can you see that? The paintbrush motion? Okay, so right here, I step back, up, and then paintbrush. 2 paintbrushes. Up, same hands, paintbrush. And here I'm stepping off to the right with my left hand on top. Remember, I'm mirror image. Then my right foot continues forward with 2 knuckles. And then what happens? Oh yeah, We turn 45 degrees, right hand on top, stick block. Do we cheat step up for what is definitely a crane because your hands are wide? Mr. Kako's been attacked by a duck before, and that's exactly what the ducks do. They raise up their hands just like that. And the roosters kind of do the same thing. So we're right here. Then we scooch back. We're blocking, grabbing, kicking, and then throwing him down behind us. Throw him down behind you. Up right here. And the same thing. We're blocking, kicking, throwing him down behind you. Like that. And then when you step forward for the little girl push big boulder, I have a feeling what that's actually doing in the Sip Jin, the Taekwondo form, you're coming straight to the side like this. Or maybe it should be 45 degrees. In the Tai Chi form, you're going down 45 degrees. And very likely this is pushing on the hips. We've done some work in class before where you grab somebody from the back, get them by their two hip bones, and you just pull them right on back and set them on the ground. You can do the same thing straight forward. You just come in and you push their hip bones. When you do, it really takes them down. Careful if you try it with your brother or sister, because it will push them down. You're pushing them right by the hips and it'll push them right down. So we've got those two things. Little girl push big boulder. Little girl push big boulder. And then when we do this cheat step up, we've called this eye of the needle, right? Or threading the needle. Really, it's just a spear hand. You got to understand that these Tai Chi Kung Fu guys, they were hardcore. They would exercise, they would condition their fingertips until literally they could penetrate human flesh. And I have seen this Okinawan guy who wanted to keep, the traditional martial arts, the killing arts alive, and just make of himself a hand-to-hand combat soldier just to keep the history alive. He had worked his fingertips in sand, gravel, then rock and oak, whatever. Dude, this guy broke 4 boards with a spear hand. He kind of did it sideways like this. He had like a 90-degree angle, like a crane strike. The thing is, he hit it one time and it didn't break. And he's like, ugh, ah, and he broke it on the second try. So you've just taken down somebody with this move, and you're taking one of these spear hands with which you can break 4 boards, and you're hitting the guy right in the throat. Now, if you hit somebody in the throat and you break it open, what's going to happen? Blood is going to spray all over the place. So you have a blood spray shield right here. You're coming up, you're taking this guy out. When the blood sprays up, it won't get in your eyes. Then you step forward for the angry mantis. Like that. See? 90 degrees. Then, of course, we're turning back around. And for this block, it's a weird position. So you're here. When I turn around, I'm going to do an outside block with this hand. Even though I'm turning this way, an inside block would be better, right? But it's kind of one of those deceptive things, kind of like in choreo, when you come from the back leg and you rechamber and do a side kick, same kind of concept. So I'm here, and when I turn, I thread this close to my body and then parry out like that. So it's kind of a weird move. We're here, we turn, thread it outside. Let me do it from the other way. Praying mantis. And turning, threading it through for a parry. Then step through, and of course the back fist. You know what that's all about, right? Like and subby. Yes, like and subscribe. I've been bit by a duck before. Yeah, those guys mean business, don't they? And Valeria, Valeria, said hi from Master Jeff. Hi, Valeria. I have been bit by my brother. Oh, good Lord. Maybe we'll have to have a Matthias move in this form somewhere where we go, ah, Tai Chi style, nice and slow motion. Yeah. I'm like and subscribe, sub, like. Okay. So those are the details. Why don't we go through one more time? This time, and careful to make sure you are realizing this, careful that I am standing in front of you in line, and I'm sliding this over a little closer to the edge to give myself more room. So I'm standing in front of you in line, no longer mirror image, okay? Simply for the fact that I want to practice the form normally so I don't confuse myself too much. All right. So we just got done with strumming the lute, and we are here in our triangle stance. Now here come the threes. Step back, cat stance, co-cue. Step back, cat stance, co-cue. Remember, you're doing those single leg knee bends. Step back for number 3, cat stance, co-cue. Then we step back, sideways palms. He grabs our wrist. Escape. Then we attack him like an angry praying mantis. Peck. Then we turn around and we're already chambered. Double palms. Step back and escape because he grabbed our wrists. Step back and attack him like an angry praying mantis. Now the waves. Remember, we're going to push on the palm and catch the neck. Palm, neck. Palm, neck. 3, 4, 5, 6, and a great big old crane. And then the clouds. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Palm, neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a big old angry crane. I'm going to scoot way over here. Scooch back, up, paint brushes, tenchinage, paint brushes. Now left hand on top. Don't bend your back, bend your knee. And up, double knuckles. Don't adjust your feet. Turn so you're 45 degrees. Now you should already be chambered. Stick block, cheat step. This is actually a collar grab escape, by the way. Then my knee follows my elbow, or vice versa, for a cat stance crane. I'm going to scooch over a little. Block, come around, block, kick, throw him behind you, stance. Block, kick, throw the bad guy behind you, and there is our stance. Little girl, push big boulder, push the bad guy's hips. Chamber up, little girl, push big boulder. Now here comes the part where we jab him in the throat and use our blood shield. Up, here's my blood shield. Cheat step, left foot in front, and we thread that needle right in the throat. Then we keep our left foot going forward. Praying mantis, the angry praying mantis. Then we turn and we do adjust our foot this time. And remember, thread this through for an outside block. Step in for a strike. And then sun, scoop, up, take a bath, and tabletop. And that, my friends, is 2 through 5. Oh, notification bell. Yes, why didn't I remember? Notification bell. Oh, I like it. Wow, isn't that interesting that it ended up being 2 letters divisible by 2? Cool. So now, guys, we're just going to go ahead and take a look at the whole thing. Where is it? Right here. Let's just watch this bad boy. Young Master Jeff. These are easy. Front stance kokyus. This is what we're going to add tomorrow when we'll be doing the whole thing. And these are 3+1s. We don't have that part listed over there on your right yet. Now the cheat step and the huge kokyu. Then that hand up on the top is going to turn into a cobra. Here comes the cobra. Strike. Then the other hand is going to turn into a cobra. Strike. And really, of course, it's a palm strike. Here comes the next cobra. Now we do the strumming the lute, cheat step, kick, and there's our triangle stance from which we started today. Step back, cat kokyu, part 2. Cat kokyu. And this part is 3s, not 3+1. So we're going to do a third cat kokyu, cat stance, kokyu nage. Now it's time for the next set of 3s, which is sideways palm strikes or 45 degrees. Step back, wrist escape. And then the angry praying mantis stabs him right in the little soft places. Turn, palms right in the guts. Escape that double wrist grip, and then the angry praying mantis stabs him right in the soft places. Here comes the ocean waves. Check out the palm and neck. Push the palm, push the neck. Push the palm, push the neck, like that. And then a big old angry crane or duck if you choose. And there are the the clouds. And then that changes into waves, palm and neck. Notice with the clouds, you don't sway. With the palm and neck, the ocean waves, you do sway. Now we're going to scooch back, and here come the paint brushes. Oh, and you know what? I just noticed there's supposed to be another loop there. We're only doing one loop. We should do 2. Paint brushes, you see that? Then right foot, left hand on top, stick block. I bent my back too much there. Right foot forward, knuckles. Then don't adjust your feet, just twist. So you're 45 degrees, stick block right hand on top. Scooch up, cat stance, crane, or duck if you choose. Block, grab, kick, chunk it behind you. Block, grab, kick, chunk it behind you. And then 2 little girl push big boulders. Push the bad guy right on the hips. Push him down. Back, push him down. Then here comes our blood shield and our deadly spear hand, aka threading that needle. Blood shield. And then the angry praying mantis. Turn, thread that hand through for the outside block. And then a strike. And then the sun, the water. Take a bath, Master Jeff. Tabletop. And we are all done. Take a bow, Master Jeff. Thank you. See you, Master Jeff. So there we go. Day 4, sections 2 through 5. I feel good about this, ladies. How about you? Well, what happened? Oh my God, please, dude. Jordan, you're coming in at the end of class. We're having our end of class discussion, dude. 2 board. Oh, Jordan. Oh, you're irritating all of us. This is the new Tai Chi move, by the way, guys. It's called Throttle Jordan, right? You see, you throttle the neck and then you shake vigorously like this. So that Jordan goes, stop typing about what happened to quarantine. How dare you, Jordan? Everybody loves you, Jordan. Thing is, I miss you, bro. I wish you would come over here, dude. Tell your mammy to just bring you on in, man. I miss you, dude. So, why? Good one, Zoe. All right, guys, for real, I had better get out of here. This is our final mat day class, our final mat class day, I should say. So, Feb, I hope you can make it, and I hope Jubilee gets up and maybe she'll review this morning. Who knows? Maybe she will. And for anybody who comes in later, I hope you're enjoying the 24-point Tai Chi animal form. It's pretty fun. And before we go, do the throat thing. Okay, before we go, and on a note of seriousness, back when I learned this form, my mom was in bad health. She was having headaches all the time, and she refused to go to the doctor. She couldn't exercise because it hurt her knees and hurt her back, but she always worked around the house. And so I was wishing, she could do Taekwondo. There's no way you can do Taekwondo. Not to the full extent, not if you're old and starting to kind of break apart. You can do it adjusted if you've already been there, like you've already got your black belt, fine. You've already done the essence of Taekwondo, so it's cool to slow down, but to never have experienced the hard stuff, it's kind of hard to just pick up and do Taekwondo soft. So, Master Waserza, wise as she is, would often have an all-weekend seminar. She had one for Aikido and she had one for Tai Chi. Aikido led me to become interested in Aikido and get my black belt in Aikido. And of course, the Tai Chi, I was very excited about. You know how we've done this thing in 5 1-hour increments, right? Well, back then when we learned it, we did Friday, Saturday, and Sunday 2-hour days. So we did 6 hours, or it might have been 3-hour days. I'm not sure. Anyway, we learned the entire form in 3 days. And of course, as you can see, it's a long, arduous form with a lot of subtleties. So we really worked hard. Well, that Sunday when we got done, and it wasn't Sunday night, it was like Sunday during the day because we had worked all day on Sunday. It was 1-ish, 2-ish, I guess, 3 maybe or in the afternoon. But I was going to call my mom and say, Mom, this Tai Chi form is just for you. It's nice and slow with gentle bends and gentle movements, so you're not going to pound your joints. This would be a great way for you to maybe get in shape and get healthy, because I want you to be healthy. Well, when I was walking to the phone to call my mom, it started ringing. And I thought, well, maybe that is my mom. I picked it up, and it was Uncle Chuck. Well, my brother Chuck. If I'm speaking to Zoe, it was Uncle Chuck. And Chuck said, hey, you might better drive down to Little Rock. And I'm like, what for? Well, Mom was in the house carrying a load of clothes, and she just fell down. And Dad couldn't wake her up. And she's breathing, but she's she's unconscious. We can't wake her up. So the ambulance took her to the hospital, and the doctor says it may be a brain tumor. The doctor says you better come down. So we jumped in the car and we drove to Little Rock. Of course, I'm scared to death that something might happen to my mom. And so to keep my mind occupied, I went over and over this Tai Chi form. It's an 8-hour drive from Nashville, where I live, to North Little Rock, where my mom lives. 8 hours. I went over this form with all the paintbrushes and the stick blocks and the crane and the praying mantis. I went over it and over and over it in my mind, and it managed to kind of stave off and distract me from my worry. Well, we got there on a Monday, and my mom's condition was not good. So, of course, we stayed at the hospital all day, but I couldn't sit around in the waiting room just worrying. So I found a little courtyard in the middle of the hospital. The hospital was kind of like this, and out in the middle there was a courtyard. So every day, hours on end, I went out and I practiced this form, going, God, please save my mom. If you do, if you can just save her, I will show her this Tai Chi form and she'll get healthy and none of this will happen again. She'll have, she was younger than, well, she was my age. She was 56, bro, my age. So it did not happen. She died. I believe she died on a Thursday. It was March 6th, 1997. So you can look up whatever day that is. Whatever the case, late in the week, she died. Monday, I went back to work. And so I continued doing this form. I continued teaching this form because it's the gift that I never got to give my mother. So this form does have a lot of sentimental value to me. And maybe she looks down from heaven and goes, keep practicing that form, son. You can show me when you get here. But anyway, that's the story of the 24-point animal form and what it means to me. And with that, I will quit bothering you and I will get out of here. So guys, without further ado, thanks for showing up to early morning workout. Good luck with the Tai Chi 24-point animal form, and I am out of here.
This has been a self-mining taekwondo live stream with Master Jeff. Avoid practicing the techniques during live stream with Master Jeff while drunk, stoned, sloshed, tipsy, buzzed, blotto, slammed, plowed, jolly, play-eyed, hammered, wasted, inebriated, or otherwise intoxicated. Watching live stream with Master Jeff, you acknowledge the possibility of and leave all liability for any mental laceration, occipital fracture, broken nose, repeated mandibular dislocation, sprained wrist, hyperextended elbow, broken ribs, bruising or bleeding, tear, sprains, fractures, dislocated shoulder, or concussion. All rights reserved. Unauthorized presentation and publication strictly prohibited.